gorilla stomping in a zoo. Check the vocals, animals gather right.
Hey everybody, and welcome back for another video. Where on today's video I'm going to be doing a little more tidying of the backfill that we put in yesterday in the rabbit coop there. And I'm going to do a little more framing because I'm going to be putting on plywood today as well. And I need more nailing surface, more screwing surface in order to get those mounted properly. Because as of right now, on my right side here, it's 5 feet between the posts. And with a sheet of plywood being 4 foot wide, it's going to end up with a lot of joins or having to run my board sideways and having a horizontal seam which rain can sit on and work its way in through and eventually rot the boards. So I would prefer to have my seams vertical and be able to use, almost full plywood sheets going vertically. And I think that'll give me a better result. So I'm going to add some more bracing at the 4 foot mark and as well at the 8 foot mark. That way I can do the side with 2 sheets going vertical at 4 foot a piece, and then just cut a 2 foot wide piece for the end. Alright, so that's the plan. See how much plywood I can get up today, see how much of this structure we can enclose in and get sheltered, and hopefully just have meshing being one of the last steps to make this functional. We can pretty this up at a later date. I need it functional though to get the bunnies out of the house and ready. So that's the idea. I'm going to get fixing up that topsoil there now, try to smooth that out a little more and distribute it down in all the nooks and crannies. And should be ready to start putting up some more 2x4 framing. I got to frame a door in this eventually as well, so keep that in mind. Alright, so I'm going to get to work. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Let's get started with some bracing, I guess, and framing. Alright, so I got my measurements done for the new bracing, new framing. So I'll go ahead, get those cuts made, and we'll put up our supports and get that done. Alright, I'm just continuing on with the bracing as you've been seeing me do up to this point in time. I just need to get a couple more of these brackets on, and I'm going to get my 2x4s up, and then we'll be pretty close to going down and getting some plywood, bring that up on site, get that cut and mounted. I also need to take, you see the tops of the posts there? There's a little bit extra there that I need to take off as well. I'm not sure if I'll use the chainsaw or maybe the reciprocating saw. I'll figure out how I'm going to cut the tops of those off. I may try the reciprocating saw first, but I find that I may be a little bit wonky with that. So I'd like to have something more precise, but we might just have to wing it. But let's get these brackets on now. Alright, so we'll continue on with the bracing, and so one more bit of bracing and we'll be ready for the plywood. So I'll get that done now. So far so good. I had to take a little bit extra off of that 2x4 there that time. I just measured it a little bit short, I guess, or cut a little bit long, one of the two. But yeah, shaping up nicely. I think we'll have somewhat of an enclosure by the end of the day. As long as the rain stays away. Skies are gray. Skies are really gray, actually. So, forecast says 0% chance of precipitation. It doesn't matter here. It can still happen. And it just might. Alright, back to it. Alright, so now with that additional framing done, I actually need to take a break for a little bit. The camera that I'm using today is actually a new one. It's the newer model of the Vixia Canon Handycam, pretty much, that I've been using all along. I had the R400, this is now the R800, just in case you're wondering what I use. And anyways, the old one, yesterday, I got messed over with the footage. The camera got corrupted. Anyway, so I got a new camera, new memory card today, and the battery's not charging on this unit. So anyways, my wife's going to bring it back, get a new one, and we'll be back with you in a jiffy. Alright, see you soon. Alright, here we are, welcome back. So my wife's back, got a new camera again. Hopefully this battery works out better. I got some plywood brought up in the meantime. It's just off camera there on the left. And basically I'm ready to start putting it up. So I'm going to get some measurements, and I got my reciprocating saw. I'm going to probably try on the top of those posts there first. Just see how that goes with removing the top. See if that's a viable option. And if not, I'll reevaluate, and we could end up with a chainsaw or anything yet. But anyways, I'll begin and get those measurements, get some plywood done to the right measure, and we'll start putting it up. Alright, so giddy up. You'll never believe what I almost forgot. Wood glue. So far so good. 2 pieces up and probably about 3 pieces to go. And we should have our walls done. As for the ceiling, I'm gonna need 2x4 bracing put across there. So I'll probably have to pick that up tomorrow. It's starting to get late in the evening here now. It's going on 7 o'clock, and the gray sky is getting dark on top of being gray. So anyways, I'll get this next sheet up and we'll do the last one, and then we'll probably try and do that little 2-foot cut there on the corner. So like, it keeps threatening to rain, but it hasn't rained yet, so knock on wood. I got lots of wood here to knock on. Knock on that, it holds out until we're done this evening. And I'll get this out to you guys tonight then. Alright, so I'm going to glue this one up, get it mounted, and we'll keep on pushing forward. Alrighty, so next up is a 2-foot wide by 73-inch long cut. But I want to preserve my other 2 feet of plywood with a full 8 feet. So I'm going to have to do my 2-foot cut first. I got my 2-foot markings made. I just got to trace them out now. And then we will go for the cut. Alrighty, with all that cut, let's get installing. Now, let's remember to wood glue this time. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, another day in the books. It is getting darker by the moment. I don't know if you can tell, like the kind of blue-gray lighting around me here now just from being out in such an overcast day. But look at this progress. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So the walls are done, right, as far as the plywood walls. Still got to mesh this stuff here, right? We're still going to mesh that. And I got to make a door. I'm going to make a full, almost 4 foot wide door. It'll be almost like a gate. That should give me enough room for getting the rabbit house put in there. It'll give me room to bring a cart in if I'm going to be shoveling out the poop and the compost and stuff like that. So nice wide swinging door. And so we got to do the ceiling though, the roof. I'm still trying to think up exactly how I'm going to do the roof. I think I'm going to continue like I am there now by framing it, plywooding it, and then I'll probably finish it with some corrugated metal. But you know, corrugated metal is through the roof. That one piece that I bought for down in the ground, that was 90 bucks, just for a 10.5 by what, 26 inches I think wide that was. Anyways, so to do a whole roof there, I don't know. I'll put some of that tar paper roofing felt on there to start with, and then I'll work up towards a finished metal on the roof. And I also probably have to put a little smidge of a pitch on it, just so that water and that drains off okay. So whether that's just putting like a small, you know, 1.5-inch board in the front, and then letting that little slope of the metal carry off the water. It's all still up in the air right now as to how I'm going to finish it, right? But we're getting a functional structure done. These walls are sealed off. There's no rabbits getting out through those walls, right? So once I mesh the other side and put the door in, we should be good. I want a roof on there just where the rabbits are so small. I don't want to risk like some kind of predatory bird coming down and snatching one, or you know, going down and killing one. And there's also the tree next to it, so if there's any kind of a climbing animal, anyways, you know what it's like when you got pets. You kind of think about all the worst things that could happen to them and try to prevent that from happening. So that's where I am with these rabbits and our chickens and all that stuff. But anyways, what a busy day, right? I don't know if it looks to you guys like I got much done, but it sure as heck feels like it. Big time. Sweat was dripping off me all day. It's time to quit for the evening. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, as it was good to start getting some finishing touches on this, and kept the motivation pumping, you know. So when the next video will happen, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. My wife said that there's some rain in the forecast, so I'll play that by ear, even though I got to get this done. But if it's a rainy day, maybe I'll go inside and work on the rabbit house, just so it's not a wasted day. But that's all yet to be seen. And if you want to see more and follow me along, and you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, ring the notification bell. All that stuff will help you to find out when I post more content, and it'll help our channel to grow, and is much appreciated. So if you could do any of that, I would appreciate it if you did. But otherwise, if you're moving on, never to return, thanks for your time, appreciate you, and maybe we'll see you in the future. Alright, so until we reach the next video point, that's going to draw to the end of this one. So in the meantime, hope you're happy, hope you're healthy, take care of each other, and peace out.